The infamous lake scene from Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix remains one of the most polarizing moments in the series. It shatters the reader's idealized view of James Potter as a noble hero and casts Severus Snape in a sympathetic light. But who's truly at fault in this heated exchange? Let's dive into the text for a closer look. The scene begins with James Potter casually provoking Snape. "How's it going, Snivellus?" James asked loudly. Snape reacts immediately, dropping his bag and reaching for his wand. Before he can cast a spell, James disarms him with an Expelliarmus. This quick exchange sets the tone. It's not their first confrontation, and both act as though they've danced this familiar duet many times. James's taunt, while unkind, isn't an outright attack. Snape's immediate recourse to his wand signals that he's ready for a fight, escalating the situation. What follows is a series of humiliations orchestrated by James and Sirius Black. "Impedimenta," Sirius said, pointing his wand at Snape. Snape fell flat on his face as he went for his own wand. James and Sirius advanced on him, wands raised. Critics of the Marauders often highlight this as an example of bullying, but it's worth noting that Remus Lupin remains on the sidelines, disapproving but silent, and Peter Pettigrew only watches with morbid fascination. Despite their numerical advantage, it's only James and Sirius engaging with Snape. While their actions are undeniably cruel, there's no evidence of physical harm at this point. James takes his mockery a step further with the Scourgify spell to clean Snape's mouth after a tirade of curses. The scene has a certain juvenile nastiness, but it's still tame compared to what comes next. The arrival of Lily Evans changes everything. Her intervention enrages Snape, and he lashes out at her with the infamous slur. "I don't need help from filthy mudbloods." This moment is pivotal. Snape's choice of words is shocking, and its venom is magnified by the fact that Lily is his only defender. His insult isn't just a knee-jerk reaction. It's calculated to wound. In his rage, Snape alienates the person who might have saved him from further humiliation. James's response is swift and harsh. "That's it," said James quietly. "Apologize to Evans." When Snape refuses, James retaliates. He levitates Snape upside down, exposing him to the laughter of the crowd. This marks the height of James's cruelty, a moment designed to humiliate rather than harm physically. But the situation takes a darker turn. In the midst of the chaos, Snape seizes his wand and strikes James with a curse, leaving a deep gash on his cheek. Blood spills, and the scene escalates into something far more dangerous. While James had initially used playful, albeit humiliating spells, Snape's retaliation draws first blood. So, who's the true villain? Both James and Snape bear responsibility for the events at the lake. James is undeniably a bully in this moment, delighting in embarrassing Snape and showing off in front of Lily. But Snape isn't an innocent victim either. He provokes as much as he endures, and his insult to Lily crosses a moral line. Ultimately, the lake scene is less about clear-cut heroes and villains and more about the complexity of youth. Both James and Snape make terrible choices, driven by pride, jealousy, and insecurity. What's most tragic is how this moment defines their lives long after they leave Hogwarts. Snape's bitterness and obsession with Lily are cemented here, while James's actions shape Harry's complicated view of his father. In the end, the truth lies somewhere in between. As Dumbledore wisely says, "We are only as strong as we are united, as weak as we are divided." And in this case, both James and Snape's weaknesses are laid bare for all to see.